Hey, Buck.
Hey, what's going on, Mark? How you doing? Can you hear me
I'm
okay?
good. Yeah, I can hear you just fine.
Okay, good. Yeah, I got good audio on you also.
Okay, good.
All right. So, hey, just a quick introduction. My name is Buck with Food Truck Headquarters. This is Mark Lorenzo with Syntext, and we're going to do a little SMS text messaging marketing interview here, and go through the benefits of it and talk about for the food truck platform and how it's beneficial to food truckers. And Mark, let me hear, give me your spill, man. Let me see. Uh, let's see. Let's go over some SMS text message.
All right. So I want to share, can you share my screen?
Yeah, you can go ahead and share.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'm Mark Lorenzo with Sentext. What we do is we give merchants the ability to send out a text message to their customers, letting them know about different things that are going on at their business. In the instance of food trucks, you guys probably want to let people know about what location you're going to be at next, and perhaps what special food items that you may have for that day. So with text marketing, you'll be able to do that. And it's permission based, so you're only sending these messages to people who actually want to receive them. So I'll just talk a little bit about our company first, then we'll talk about how this all works, and then we can talk about pricing. So
And then
Sentext,
how also let's cover like how do we get customers? How do we,
yeah,
let's get into the nitty gritty on how it could actually work to the benefits of food truckers and then indigenous to what business that we run.
right. All right. So Sentext, we're a nationwide company. We've been in business for 14 years. We're based out of Connecticut. And last year we sent out more than 73 million text messages. I am an independent agent with Sentext. I actually live in New Jersey and I've been with the company for 12 years. So I've been around for a long time with the company. So the way this works is in order to be able to send a text message to somebody, you first have to get their permission to be able to send them out a text message. So what we're going to do is we're going to give you guys, we're going to create signs for you. Okay. Something like this, asking people to join your text club. So in this case here, the Wicked Eats, they put 5 different keywords on their sign for the different towns that they go to normally. So what somebody will do is they will, when they see the sign, join our VIP club, text one of these 5 town names. And they also put an offer on their sign, get $5 off when they do that. When they text in the keyword to that number, you now have the ability, you're getting their permission to be able to send them out future text messages. So once they text in that keyword, it'll go specifically, that person who opts in will go specifically into that group. So if they are in, they want to, let's say they live in Powell and they want to get messages, whenever Wicked Eats is going to be in Powell. So Wicked Eats will then have the ability to send out a text message to each one of these groups, letting them know, where they're going to be or what food specials they might have.
So, question real quick. So, like, I work, I'm Buck and Dink's Barbecue, and I'm out of Macomb, Michigan. Now, you'll give me a number for people to text, like, so when I sign up with you, like, I'll get my own 1-800 number or whatnot, so that people will know what number to text, and then they'll basically say Macomb County. I'll give like this sign here that you've generated, so, like I would say, like Macomb County or New Baltimore, Michigan, or somewhere that's close to my regions where I want to work, and people can sign in to that, and then only people like after that, like can I break it apart later on and say if I'm only in Macomb County, can I send only text to people in Macomb County? Or if I'm like, say if I want to be in the Detroit metro area, can I send text only to people in that Detroit metro area?
So the way this works, like these are 5 different town names. Okay. So somebody who lives in Powell will sign up for the Powell group. Somebody who lives in Lavelle would sign up for the Lavelle group. So when Wicked Eats goes to send their message, they can segregate which group they want to send that message to. So they could just send it to the Powell group or the Lavelle group.
Okay, so I'm not have to blast everybody with all my contacts. I can
Exactly.
pick and
So
choose.
you're only sending it to people that are part of that specific group.
Okay, that makes
Um,
sense.
If you do want to send out a message to everybody, let's say there's inclement weather and you want to let people know that you're not going to be going out today, you could send it to this entire group, all 5 of these keywords. And if somebody happens to be opted into more than one keyword, they only get the message one time.
Okay, good. But I can make
It's
these
smart enough to do it.
keywords anything I wanted. Like, say, if I wanted to make a veterans only group, I could do text veterans to this number, and then that would put them in their own group.
Yeah, so it's unlimited keywords, so you guys can let me know what keyword that you want to use to put on your sign to build a custom group.
Okay, that makes sense.
Okay, so these are just some examples. Like these folks, they didn't put an offer on their sign. I do recommend that you do put an offer on their sign, like these folks did, get $5 off. Because the better the offer, the more people you're going to get opted in.
Like, so, yeah, like a buy one get one or something of that nature.
Yeah, like here's another example. These folks put 6 different town names, and they put get 50% off of one food item.
Okay, so usually offer some kind of discount or some kind of something to lead people there from your text. Once that would be okay. That makes sense.
Okay, so then this is what it would look like. So what they'll do is they'll text in a keyword to a certain number. When they do that, they're going to get a message back, reply yes, now to join Wicked Eats. They have to reply yes to confirm that they want to receive the messages. It's called a double opt-in process. Legally, it has to be set up that way. So then they will type in yes, and then they'll get the offer. So it'll say, thanks for joining Wicked Eats alerts. They put their Facebook link in there. You don't need to do that if you don't want to, but show this text and enjoy $5 off. So then they'll show you the text message so that you know that they actually opted in.
And then now, how would they know if they were at my truck? So do I get like a QR code or something like that that they can scan, or that they would know besides just the actual phone number? Or how do I get them to like to get to be able to get to me with signing in?
So once they opt in, they're going to go through this process, and then they could show you the phone that they actually opted in.
Right, right. But I'm saying like once let's say they come to my truck, like how do they know to opt in to my text messaging app?
Okay.
How they know that I have that available?
Okay, so I'm glad you said that because I did skip over one part. So these signs, we're going to create signs for you, okay?
Okay.
And we're going to email you the signs. So I want you to put the signs up at your location. I'm going to get into it later, but we'll include like a window cling that you can put on your window. We're also going to send you the file of the sign so you can print them out, put them up. Also, you can even put this information onto your website as well. And I'll show you a little bit about that in a second.
Okay.
All right. So another cool feature too is the birthday club. So about a week after they opt in, we can have this set up where it'll send them out a second message asking if they want to join the birthday club. So the system will send them a message, ask if they want to join the birthday club. What they'll do is they'll text in their birthday, and then it'll confirm. And then whenever their birthday arrives, it'll automatically just send them a text message on their birthday. And it might say something like, happy birthday from the food truck. Show this text and, get a half price food item or whatever it is you want the message to say.
Okay.
So it's automatic. You don't have to do anything. The system just automatically sends them a text message on their birthday. And it makes them feel special, and they'll probably bring in somebody with them as well. So it's a cool feature that people really like.
Right now, are there other clubs that like you guys have, like, or is it only the birthday club?
Pretty much just the birthday club.
Okay, makes sense.
Now you can add this to your website. Like this is called an embeddable form that is in our tools that you can use to put this onto your website, where somebody will see this on your website. They can type in their cell phone number and their first name, and then it'll populate them into your group. Now, one thing I must say is this is only going to be attached to one specific keyword. So if you're planning on using more than one keyword, you may not want to do it this way. You may just want to take your sign and then just put this onto your website or Facebook page so they can pick out which group they actually want to join and become, get those messages from them.
Can you do both?
You can do both, but you're going to, if you do it this way, it's only going to be specific to one keyword.
Okay,
Okay.
makes sense.
All right. So now whenever you want to go to send out a message to your folks, what you're going to do is you're going to log into our website. You're going to get a username and password. You're going to enter in the message you want to send. And the best part is you can pick the date and time you want to send your message. That's what makes this so effective. You're getting your message in front of people at the time you actually want them to see it. So, if you're going to be in a specific location, maybe you could send them the message in the evening before, perhaps that morning. Because with text messaging, 98% of people open up a text message within a few minutes. Like I said, that's what makes this so effective. It's not like an email where it's going to bounce back, go to spam, get deleted, read 3 or 4 days later when it's not relevant anymore. Text messaging is instantaneous and people read their text messages right away.
Immediately. I always read.
Yeah, it's going to be more effective, like I said, than posting this on your Facebook page and people hoping, now you're hoping people see it.
Right.
Or maybe even sending out an email. So, like I said, this is instant communication with your customers, and that's what makes this so effective. So I'll show you what some of the messages actually look like. So this is just a regular text message. They're letting folks know, we'll be in PAL today from 11 to 5:30. Just a simple message. Same thing here, just another simple text message. And then you can
I can make these whatever I want.
Right? Yeah, so you're in charge of the message. So you're in charge of what it says and when the messages go out. So like I said, you'll be able to log in, type in your username, password, enter in your message, and then pick the date and time and then launch your message. You can also include pictures in your message too, if you want to. So these are just some examples of folks who put pictures in their messages.
Okay.
Right.
Now explain to me a little bit more about the picture messaging. So if I want a picture like there, so what I would do is that it gives me the option within the website also. Like when I put in my thing, it says, "Do you want to attach a picture?" Or is it?
So when you go in, you'll be able to.
Automatic.
I'm sorry.
It's simple for me to put it in there. It's not difficult.
It's very simple. Sending out a message is super simple. We could train you on how to send out the messages. You might not even need the training because it's so simple. Like on our platform,
it's as simple as sending a text message to a friend, pretty much.
Yeah, it'll walk you through there's something on there where it'll walk you through how to send out a message.
Okay.
It's called Show Me How. So if you want to know, you just click on that and then it'll show you how to go about sending out a message. And again, if you do need somebody to walk you through it, we have, somebody at our headquarters will actually, you can set up a time to talk with them and then they'll show you how to do it. It's really simple.
Okay. And there's do you have like a number to call, or you have like
so you'll call our headquarters in Connecticut and then you can talk to somebody there, or you can even send them an email saying, hey, can we schedule a time to set up?
So there is some support there. So if you need some help, then you can get some support if you need.
Yes. Yep.
Okay, sure.
Yeah. All right. So just to go over some of the features of the platform. So it has a mobile friendly design. So you also be able to send out a message right from your phone or from your computer. But what's nice is, you can send it from your phone. So you may, as a business owner, your business is always on your mind. So you may come up with an idea for a message, when you're laying in bed or something like that. So you just grab your phone off the nightstand, set it up, and schedule it to go out. You don't have to worry about forgetting it the next day.
Okay.
Oops, hold on. You can also, all right, something was covering the screen. I had the screen covering a part of my PowerPoint, so I couldn't see it. But you can also customize the messages so that it puts their first name at the beginning of the message. So when they opt in, it'll ask them their first name. They can type it in if they want to. And then when you go to send out your message, it could say the person's first name at the beginning of the message. So it, customize the message for you.
Right, personalizes it a little bit.
Yeah, personalize.
Okay.
So like I said, you can include a picture up to 2 megabytes in size. You can include trackable links. So you can actually put a link into a message if you want to. You can put a link in there to your website or your menu or your Facebook page, and then people can click on it and then go to whatever it is you want them to see. So you'll be able to tell how many people actually clicked on that link. Also, it has a feature for a mini URL, so it'll actually shrink the link, so it comes up small. You know, it won't take up, you know, how some links.
Okay, that makes sense. So basically, if I just give you an example, so if I wanted to run a special, say out of my like brick and mortar, or out of my or if I was at a, say if I had a calendar that would tell you everywhere that I was going to be for a specific week or something like that, and then I could attach that URL within there, it would break it down to a mini URL. They could hit that, and then they could get a monthly calendar of where I might be or my schedule for the week or something. And so I could send out essentially weekly schedules if I wanted to through my SMS text.
Yeah, that's an excellent example, Buck.
Oh,
So you could include a link to your calendar where you're going to be for the week. Maybe send it out at the beginning of the week.
right. Or what my specials on what days may be, or if I had anything I want. Well,
Yeah,
whatever I'm willing to put into, or augment to my website, I could actually share this with. But and then also, and then what about like Google Calendar updates and things like that? I could share those too.
anything that you can turn into a link, you could say.
Okay, awesome. Very
So
cool.
another great feature is we can use this to get Google, Yelp, or Facebook reviews. So the way that would work is after you could set this up in the system yourself if you want to, about maybe say 30 days after somebody opts into it. You could have it automatically send them a text message asking you to give them a Google, Yelp, or Facebook review so that they can just click on the link and then give the review. And if you think
Okay.
about it, you're sending that message to people who already love your business.
Now,
So
I can choose the time, like say if I want a week, say if I get it out, they come, they sign up, they get my food, and then they opt in then. And then say they got $5 off their meal or whatever, or a buy one, get one, or whatever offer that they got. And then after that they sign in, I will automatically, I can set a time and date to go back and ask them to give me a review based off of that. Now, do I get to set that time within like
yeah,
30 days
so yes, you
or
can
10
go in
days
and you
or
can set it
however?
up. You can go in and then set it up where the system will automatically send them a message, say 30 days or 60 days or even 90 days after they've opted in. It's just an automatic thing asking, say, hey, can you please give us a Google, Yelp, or Facebook review?
And I have a choice to opt into that or opt, and I don't have to do that. That's my choice, right?
Yeah, so you could set that up it's in the system. So it gives you the ability to set up that feature if you want it to be set up.
Okay, perfect.
We talked about the birthday club, you know, where the system will automatically send out a text message on their birthday. There's also something called the conversations feature. I don't know if it's useful for food trucks, but I'll mention it. It's something where you can go in and send out a message to one single person. So you can, as long as you know their number, you know, let's say you want to let people know that their order is ready. You can actually go into the system, type in their number, and it'll send them a message, you know, letting them know that their order is ready, something like that.
Okay, now what can people respond back? So let's say I send out a mass text and it goes out to 100 people. Now can individuals respond back to that text to me, and will then I receive those?
Yeah, you can have it set up. I probably wouldn't do it that way, but you can have it set up where somebody, if they respond to your message, you can have it either show up on your phone as a text message, or you can have it just go into, it'll send you an email that somebody sent you a response. And then you can reply to it either from your phone or from an email.
Okay, and then they have the option to like say if they want to opt out, like if they, I know that the goal is just to keep them in, but let's say if they do want to opt out, like what do they do? Is like traditional, they just type stop, or are they something, or if they ever choose to do that?
Yeah. So if somebody decides that they want to opt out of it, I just want to see if I can find you an example. I don't have an example on here, but it'll give you the ability, it'll give them the ability to just press stop. They can type in the word stop and then they'll be opted out of it.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. I mean, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. So a good method. So you wouldn't want to bombard people all day with text or anything like that. Now, what would you say would be a recommended, like with my business food trucking, say, like when am I how, I guess, I like, because I'll give you an example. I was getting a lot of political text, so I would just start opting out because they were getting on my nerves or anything. Like, how often do you think that I should be sending people texts or reminders, or to come out and to see me? Like, what, like weekly? I know, like probably daily might be too. I don't know.
Yeah,
What
I
would be,
probably wouldn't do more than like twice a week.
so twice, wouldn't do twice. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
So you're not trying to bombard people, but at the same time, you want to keep them informed, but not get on their nerves.
yeah. I mean, if you're sending a message to your entire group, because remember I told you you could break it into like 5, different groups.
Yeah, yeah.
But if you want to send it, I probably want to send it to the entire group more than twice in a week. But if you're going to be going to a specific town, you could just send out a message to those folks in that town, letting them know that you're going to be there.
And then I could even give
Like you
them a
did the other time.
specific address on where they can come find me within that text message, also within that town, right?
Yeah, exactly. So you could say we're going to be set up in front of Home Depot today, something like
Okay.
that, and maybe put the address or whatever. I mean, you could even put like a link in there that has the address to where you're going to be.
So, oh, that makes sense. So I could
Yeah.
do like, yeah. So I could go and I could set up in my maps. I could set up something and then put that link there, and then they could find me between
Yeah.
these hours by just hitting that link.
Exactly. So it'll just give them the directions onto where you're going to be.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, as long as you set that up in advance and then put that in as part of your message.
Okay, that's cool.
One last feature I just wanted to mention was there's something where you can do like a text to win type contest if you wanted to. So you could do like, say, a text to win type contest for, let's say, $100 gift card, where people would opt into that specific keyword, and the system will automatically pick a winner and send them a text message saying, congratulations, you're the winner of the gift card, call us at this number.
Oh, okay. And then now within that, can I say, like, can I pick more than one winner?
Yeah, you can have it set up where it'll pick multiple winners.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
I could do win a $10 instead of doing saying like, hey, one person was 100. I could say 10 people win $10, and then it'll automatically randomly select those people from, and so it'll be a non-bias.
Right. So
Oh,
it'll
that's
just,
cool.
yeah.
Okay, that makes sense.
And all right, so at this point, I'm sure you're wondering, how much does this cost? So I'm going to go over the pricing with you. So there's 3 different plans. One is $39 per month. It gets you 500 messages per month. So what that means is, if you have, say, 100 people opted in, you can send out, say, 5 messages that month without going over. If you do go over, it's 5.9 cents per message. Okay.
Okay.
Most people start off with the middle program. That's the one I usually recommend to food trucks. It's $59 a month, gets you 1,000 messages per month. Again, overage is 5.9 cents per message.
I have a question real quick. Now, as we're going through, let's say I signed up for the $39 ones and I got 500, but then I have the overage prices, right? Now, if my plan takes me into the overage price, does it automatically upgrade me?
No, no. So
Doesn't.
you'll
Okay.
get charged the overage, and then you can upgrade in the middle of a plan if you want to.
Okay.
So let's say you're 4 months in and you want to upgrade to the next plan, you can do that.
Now, how do I
It'll
check?
just take place at the next billing cycle.
And
That's
then
all.
how would I check to make sure that I'm staying within my plan process?
So you can run reports on how many people are opted in, how many messages you sent out.
Okay, so I can go into there and check up on that anytime I want to.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now let's just say if I started with as low as, and then I went to, and I saw I was getting close to the 500, then I would want to come in and up my plan, of course, and then say if it's responsive and it's working for me, then I can upgrade, and then, but that would be my responsibility to understand and know to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
So, and the third plan is $99 a month to get you 5,000 messages per month. There is a fourth plan. You don't need it. I don't recommend it to anybody who's just starting out.
Well, explain it to me though. Okay, so that would be like for like big companies, right? Like, or they're like explaining, even though it's only, let's just go ahead and tell me about it real quick. If it's because the goal is, I guess, would be to get to to be able to send, if you're sending that many messages, then you're getting the return off of it, you know? So,
Right.
um, but you're saying like what? So an average food trucker like myself, so like the $59 one, 1,000 messages per month, that would be adequate. You think for my business?
What I would do is I would want to have a conversation with you just to make sure I'm fitting you in the right plan. But most of the time, I would probably say 80 to 90% of the time, I end up recommending to food trucks the $59 for 1,000 message plan.
Okay. All right. But say if I already had like a stable following or something and I wanted to get into more, it might be a little more or just starting out. Like say if I was a brand new food trucker,
Mhm.
and I don't have a customer base yet, like with the $39 a month, you know, because in this group we got brand new people, we got people who've
Right.
been around doing this for 10 years, you know. So um
Yeah, so that's where I'd like to, have a conversation with you and talk about exactly what you just
and
mentioned.
that way you
If
could
somebody is new
individualize.
to a food truck, then I'd probably recommend starting off, with the lower program until you have a big, have a good following.
Okay, so that's so you actually take the time to individually personalize it to each person, and
Yeah,
then
I
get into
don't.
the
My
conversation.
thing is, I don't want to oversell anybody. I just want to fit them into the right plan.
That makes sense. That's
Because if
cool.
you're in the right plan, it's going to be working for you, and you're going to stay with it. And my goal is for you to stay with the program. So I want to make sure that I fit you into the proper program.
Right. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
As far as picture messaging, so these three plans we just talked about. This is for like a regular text message. When I say regular text message, I mean something like this, just text. If you want to add a picture like this,
Right.
it doesn't count in your pool of say 1,000 messages or 500 messages. It's separate. It's 5.9 cents per picture message if you decide that you want to do that. Now you don't need to send out a picture message if you don't want to. You're not being charged if you don't, use that feature. It'll automatically
I mean, it's not
if
actually.
you decide that you want to use it.
If you think about it, though, I mean, like, say if I sent out 100 picture messages, that's only really $5.90, correct?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, it might seem like a little bit of overage, but it's not really. I mean, if you break it down like that, like you sent out 100 and say I got 100 people signed in, I send out 100 picture messages. Well, that's only $5 to do that piece of advertising. When honestly, I could go on Facebook and then it might run me. You know, I might have to do $25 a day just to get the return that I need to get to 100 people that I think are going to show up to my place.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, so this might, yeah, I
And I
understand.
think a picture, let's say something like this or like this, it'll probably help you sell more. If somebody sees it and they think it looks appetizing, they're gonna be like, okay, I'm getting that today.
Yeah, people eat with their eyes first, for sure.
Yeah, yeah. And just tell you a little bit more about this. So because you're part of, you know, your folks that are a part of the food truck questions, training, and tips members, there's,
Yeah.
I'm gonna do something special for those folks. And that is you get the first month for free. And there's zero setup fee. Now, normally there's a $2.99 setup fee, but because you're part of this group, there's going to be no setup fees, and you're going to get the first month for free. It includes account setup. We're going to create your signs for you, and then we'll email you the signs. It'll also include a window cling as well, and you get unlimited keywords.
Okay.
And
And then
those
now,
are all those are benefits of being part of the food truck, questions, training, and tips group.
right. So
It's
know
all
that. So, but with this, so like I see, you got like a 6 month contract. So know that
right.
you are getting into that contract for the 6 months,
Right.
and
So it's a 6 month contract with the first month for free. So basically you're paying for 5 months. I do have to mention that the contract renews in 6 month increments. So
right.
if you just decide that you want to cancel, you let us know 30 days in advance, and then it'll cancel at that end of that term. Otherwise, it'll just renew.
Okay, that's fair. You know,
Yeah.
that's transparent.
There
So
is one other
it
thing
is
I need
my
to mention.
responsibility to go in there and like, but and also to know that there, you know, I got a piece of responsibility to go in here and make sure that this thing is it's another piece of advertisement. But if I'm not working on it, it's not going to work itself. I have to actually, I got to put the time in here to make sure that I'm utilizing the program and I will get results if I am putting the time in to make sure that I'm sending the text and doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, if you put time into this, whereas you make sure you have your signs up, you're mentioning it to folks, at checkout, you can, if you put it on your website and your Facebook page, your list will grow. If you don't do those things, your list is not going to grow and it's not going to work for you. So you
Right, that
really
makes
make sure
sense.
you do those things.
And then the best way to get people to sign in is maybe a free item or free fry or free this if you'll sign up for here. And then that list can grow from there. And then wherever you're at, then but yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, but it is you got to get them in, but it's the same anywhere though. You got to get their information in order to market to them. But this is direct customer relationship marketing though. That's what I like about it is that I like, for instance, on Fridays, I'll have the same people come in every time on a Friday to come see me. And I know these people will opt into like this program. And then I can also, if I change my menu, offer a special or anything like that, because they might not want to come the same every Friday to get the same thing. But if I got like, let's just say I don't normally do a spaghetti out of my barbecue restaurant. Say I wanted to do a spaghetti with barbecue meatballs, that might bring them in on a day that they might not normally would show up.
Right.
Okay, that makes sense.
I mean, you can even, if you have certain slow days, maybe use this to target your slower days.
Uh-huh.
That's another way of looking at it too.
Right, that makes sense.
There's one other thing I got to mention. Whenever somebody opts in for the first time, it creates one picture message. So when somebody opts in, this is considered a picture message. It's a contact card. It has your business information in it. But that does count as one picture message. So I just need to make sure that people know that.
Okay, so that's cool. Thank you for being upfront. So basically, when somebody opts in, they get charged a 5.9 cent because you produced a picture message, but they are getting your information also. But that's as cheap as a business card, so that's not terrible.
Yeah. So if folks decide that they want to do this, so I'll need to know one of four things. This says three things, but I'll need to know one of four things. Which program would you like to start off with? A $39, $59, or $99 program? Like I said, most people start off with the $59 program. What offer or enticement would you like to put on your sign? Say a percentage off, or maybe an amount off of their food order. You could do a text to win type contest if you want to do that as your opt-in, but that will only be specific to one keyword. So I would also need to know the amount of, if you're doing like a gift card type of thing.
Right.
Keywords, which keywords would you like to use? Like I said, if you're going to do town names, I probably wouldn't do any more than like 5, maybe 6 at the most. Because it has to be able to fit on the sign and look good,
Uh-huh.
And birthday club, what would you like for your folks to receive as a message on their birthday? So you just let me know what it is that you would want them to receive. One of the main things I want folks to know about this too is I have a vested interest in making this work for them. And what I mean by that is I get paid residual income on it. For as long as you stay in the program, I continue to get paid. Why that's important is, like I said, I have an interest in making it work for you. I'm going to make sure your signs are good. I'm going to opt into your messages. I'm going to make sure your messages are good. If your messages are no good, I'm going to tell you. I'm going to monitor how often you're sending messages. I don't want you sending out too many messages in a week to the point where you're annoying people. I want to make sure that you're sending out enough that you're getting your word out to folks. My point is, I'm not just going to sell you the program and say, okay, you figure it out now, good luck. That's not the way this works. I want to make sure that you're doing what you need to do in order to get the most out of the program.
So I get a guide.
I'm sorry?
So I get a guide. I get you as a guide that kind of helps me out along with this to make it most beneficial for me.
Exactly. So you're going to have customers are going to have my cell phone number, so they can reach me, anytime, day, evening, weekends, holidays. Just call me or send me a text message, and then I can respond to it.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I just want to make sure that this program is going to work for them, because like I said, if they like the program, they're making money on it, and then I continue to get paid as well.
Right.
And one other thing I want to mention too is, let's say somebody's average customer. Let's say their average customer spends, say, $20. You basically, if you send out, a few messages in a month, you basically only need to get 4 or 5 people to respond in the entire month for it to pay for itself.
Right. Yeah, you're not looking at you get a few ticket sales off there. It's gonna cover your
Yeah,
monthly bill off of there.
right. Exactly.
Yeah, for sure. Okay.
I mean, that's pretty much how everything works. Like I said, if somebody wants to sign up for it, they can reach me, send me a text or an email, and then I'll respond to it. And then we can maybe set up a time to chat. And then we can go over, what certain program was right for you. And, let me know one of these 4 things that we talked about that I'll need to know.
Awesome, man. All right, man. Well, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna put it. I'm gonna put it out. I'm gonna put the information out for everybody to. Like I said, they can spend their time. They can go over this video. They can take a look, and then you'll have her contact information. If people are interested in the program, most definitely. And then you and I will continue to talk personally. And
Good.
I appreciate your time, man. And I thank you for thank you for helping people make an informative decision on whether or not this might be something that they would be interested in or something that they think could help move their business forward.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I appreciate, you, us doing this video so we can share this with the folks in your group. I think it would be a very beneficial thing for food trucks.
Awesome, man. All right. Well, I appreciate you, man. And we'll chat soon, man. Thanks a lot.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes, sir.